Is it recording? Hello? Yes.
Hello.
Hello and welcome to the Cookbook Book Club. I added books twice because I thought it was funny. We're doing our first cookbook because I have a billion of them.
Yes, you do. You have way too many.
People can give me as gifts, so.
It's not a bad gift.
No,
but I guess we're going to find out if they're good or not.
That's true. And because it is technically a book, it counts for our video game book club, kind of, in a way.
But it's the video game cookbook book club.
So our first one is the official Five Nights at Freddy's cookbook. We decided to make is this like an entree or is this a dessert?
This would be like an appetizer, I thought.
So we have like an appetizer, we have sort of a main course, we have a beverage.
This is by Rob Morris and Scholastic BT Dubs and came out in 2023. So it's divided into sections. We have Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, and that is, no, that's not garlic, the cinnamon sticks.
Cinnamon sticks.
So this is cinnamon sticks and the pizza are part of Fazbear's Pizza, then Bonnie's Burgers and Subs, Chica's Chicken Choices, Foxy's Pork Plate.
Strange.
Glam Rock Freddy's Faves and Classic Dishes. Glam Rock Chica's Breakfast Best. Which I did the Moondrop Blueberry Pancakes.
I ate some of it.
I made them technically yesterday to try them out. Yeah, we'll talk about it. Then Roxanne Wolf's Sweet Things.
Just Roxanne Wolf, wow. And Monty Gator.
Then Montgomery Gator's Beverages, and that's where we have our
Soda-ronies.
Yes, slushies.
So yeah, we tried to make as many as we can. We're 2 people. We can't make a full potluck worth of stuff. So I decided to do
also a lot of them were not vegetarian friendly, and as a vegetarian, I couldn't eat them, so.
It's true. So I did the pizza. I chose to do my own kind of pizza, but we used the official pizza dough and the official pizza sauce. Caveat, we kind of made the pizza sauce our own.
I have to say for all of these, they need to be just a little bit changed. Like if I were to remake the pancakes, I would have add sugar to them because they don't have sugar in them. The twists also need more, I feel like more sugar, and I had to double the chocolate in the chocolate sauce. And then the slushies are a little tart. They need a little bit more sweetness. So I would have added.
Yeah, I think.
So we changed the only one that's not really changed is the slushie and the pancake. But everything else we modified.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. We just thought, we knew better.
Oh, we also tasted some of it and was like, not gonna work.
This cookbook, like written wise, because a lot of cookbooks do like a theme where they're like it's somebody talking to you about the recipes from the thing, but this one is kind of weird because it seems like it's doing 2 things at once. It's like something you would have bought at the new Freddy Fazbear's Pizzaplex, but it's also something that you get tickets for a cookbook. That's insane.
That's a lot of tickets.
I don't know about that. Do you think kids would want a cookbook?
Maybe it's like Dave & Buster's, where it's really the adults are like, get the cookbook.
Are there cookbooks at Dave & Buster's? No, it's normally like you can buy a PS5 if you have a billion tickets. No. But then they have like little facts. They have like Freddy facts and little like top hints about like the animatronics are alive. Be careful. So, because they have like older Freddys and newer Freddys in this official cookbook. And it kind of feels a little disjointed because it's like, is this about old Freddy Fazbear's Pizza or is this about like the new security breach and onward Pizzaplex? I know that in the VR game, they tried to say that all the old games were made under a contractor trying to disregard all of the events that happened. But I don't know, this feels weird. They have a bunch of weird choices, like...
there's little notes and stuff in there. It does tell you how much it serves, prep time, and all of that. I would say, looking at most of it, I think the recipe needs a little help.
It's funny to have like Balloon Boys fajitas, you know, like why would you assume
There's like chorizo and like curry stuff that
curry stuff is all under Chica, so I was like
don't know would necessarily be in a pizza place. I mean, I like the outreaching of flavors there, but
it's like Chica's tikka masala Thai patties and stuff. I get chicken for tikka, but like coconut curry for Chica, strange choice. I don't understand.
Also, I haven't seen any coconut curry at
like a
place. Not that I go there.
Like, I feel like they're just adding characters' names. Like, this is the Puppet's Veggie Benedict. I don't know what this has to do with the puppet. They're just really stretching with this cookbook for recipes. They had, like, a bunch of recipes and they just kind of add a character in front of it. And they're like, yeah, I guarantee that Mr. Hippo loves crispy fish bites and spicy rice.
Hippo eats fish.
Fair enough. Or Ballora, the ballerina animatronic, likes salmon burgers. She's a dancer. She needs to watch those calories. So she eats a salmon burger. I don't get it. I don't understand. They're trying their darndest with these recipes, I feel like.
So overall, the ones that we made, you ate the part of the pancake.
I ate part of the pancake. It tastes like nothing.
Yeah, it's not very flavorful. And I was the only difference in the recipe is I used oat milk instead of whole milk. But I don't think that whole milk would have added a whole lot of flavor.
It's kind of empty, a lot of these recipes. And I know that I think you're supposed to, like, elaborate on them.
Well, they need something else to make them, like you're supposed to put a bunch of syrup on that. I actually ended up putting jam on it instead, and it was pretty good, the pancake. For the cinnamon twists, I had to double the dark chocolate in the recipe. And then even with that, there's not a lot, because it's dark chocolate, so there's not a lot of sweetness.
It tastes like hard bread, like not a lot of cinnamon in the twists.
Yeah. And you put butter on the cinnamon twist, but it's still, because you use the bread is the same as the bread for the pizza, the pizza dough. So it's the same recipe, and then you just put cinnamon sugar on it. And I feel like I put more cinnamon on it than it asked for. So
honestly, these are surprisingly like pretty healthy recipes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we added a little bit more to the pizza too. We made the pizza.
We made
a video about it. We made a cutscene. Mm-hmm. I'll link to that. But we added more to the sauce because otherwise the sauce was too liquidy.
Yeah.
So we added the like actual tomatoes to it, and we food processed the tomatoes. And the pizza turned out pretty good, but that was with us interfering with the recipe.
We made a margarita pizza instead of like a pepperoni pizza.
Yeah, because there are two pizzas on here. There's like a vegetarian and a normal pizza, and we just kind of made our own.
Yeah. But yeah, and they all smelled excellent coming out, like being made, but it's just like it's lacking. And even the soda-roni, it's like tart, but there's a lot of, because raspberries in there, so if you're not a seed person, you're gonna struggle with this one.
Yeah, so I'm gonna give this one a pretty low score in my mind because it's like it's kind of basic and it's not good on its own, and you really have to elaborate on this cook. And like they're really stretching with this cookbook, which is crazy because there are recipes but there are like food items in like.
Well, you had one recipe that you sent me. It was the soda-roni one or the.
Well, the soda-roni originally was supposed to be pepperoni soda, and they made it raspberry slushies, which I get. It'd be gross to make a pepperoni soda. I don't even know how you would do that. But when I was playing Security Breach, they had like the Fazpad, which had a bunch of recipes for like coffees and stuff for the characters, and they just don't have these in here. There's so many recipes in game that they just don't include in this cookbook that I was kind of surprised because this came out after like Security Breach and all that. So it was just weird. It was weird. They kind of just made up their own thing. They didn't do any research, is what it feels like, ahead of time. Really? And I think it could have been better. It could have been better. I wish they added like Fazpad recipes because that was the one I took a picture of.
Something for more like kid type foods. First of all, curry. Like if your kid likes curry, good for them. But chicken marsala, like that's not a kid's food. But even with like the flavoring of it is not very kid like. So
like Thai chicken salad and yeah, it's kind of basic.
So I feel like if you have a little bit more knowledge about cooking and you can add your own stuff to it, like adding jam to a pancake, right? That made it a little sweeter, or even with like whipped cream, I think it would have been better. I don't know if I was gonna save these cinnamon twists though.
Ha! Yeah,
but the pizza was good. I'll probably end up drinking this. I like raspberries, but I can just see the seeds like all on the side.
Yeah, I can see them too.
And it is a little tart. It's not like it.
If you were to,
it was like 1 tablespoon of honey. I think was not enough. Actually, would probably be really good in there is a Coca-Cola.
Interesting. Do you
like
have
a raspberry Coca-Cola? And I do not.
Oh. What would you add to make it an alcoholic slushie?
Rum.
Rum?
Yeah, I'd put rum in it. What would you put in it?
No, it makes sense.
Yeah.
I would probably just do, like, I'm pretty normal, so like vodka.
Yeah.
So that it doesn't change much of the flavor.
I think the rum would add a little bit of sweetness as well.
Yeah.
I mean, there was that one cutscene that we did. Didn't we do like brandy in a strawberry milkshake?
We did?
I think so.
I don't know. It's been a long time.
It's probably like 10 years ago.
But yeah, I think this one, honestly, kind of disappointing.
Mm-hmm.
Could have been better.
Disappointing
They
start.
had recipes already established,
Pizza
and
was
they
good, though.
chose not to use it. And it's only good because we...
Oh yeah, we I had more of the sauce.
We added more sauce. So I think you'd be better off just trying to make recipes on your own than getting this one, to be honest. Yeah. But this is the official pizza of Freddy Fazbear's, and it is, for a thin crust pizza, it's pretty chunky.
Yeah.
Ours is at least.
Well,
this one's pretty thin.
So that was the other thing is you make one batch of the dough, and it's supposed to make 4 pizzas. Ain't no way. It didn't spread out like it was, and so I used I used half of the dough to make that one pizza, and then I used the other half you do one, and then you sprinkle stuff on it, and then you put another one on top of it. So that was this whole thing right here is one dough recipe.
I'd say pretty disappointing.
What out of 10? What would you give it?
Out of this cookbook?
Yeah.
Out of what I've tried, probably a 4 out of 10.
Yeah.
Give it a 4. I know you can't see it, but it's a little bit disappointing. I think it could have been better. They didn't use recipes straight from the game, which to me was insane. I definitely thought when I bought this, or I guess I got it as a gift. When I got this as a gift, I was like, there's gonna be recipes from the game in here, but there isn't. It's just kind of somebody going off and being like, I know how to make Thai chicken salads, and then they add Chica to it.
Yeah, that was...
because it's chicken.
Someone else had some recipes, and they're like, we're writing a Five Nights at Freddy cookbook. Do you have recipes?
Insane. It's insane. They do use a lot of their sauce and pizza as... I feel like that's half these cookbooks are like, they have a little recipe for spices or for like a sauce.
That you have to constantly go back to that page in every recipe. It's please go back to this page for that recipe.
So we did make that. It also, theming-wise, pretty poor theming. I couldn't understand what it was trying to do.
Because it was both something that you could pick up at
the pizza place.
As well as have notes to
as well as have stuff about the old Five Nights at Freddy's, but like
beware.
Like beware, the animatronics come alive at night. Like, what are you trying to tell me? I don't like the theming.
So do you feel like it was someone who didn't know anything about Five Nights at Freddy's?
Absolutely. 100% think that this is somebody who doesn't really know that much about Five Nights at Freddy's and had to make a cookbook. They have a guide to the Mega Pizzaplex on like the first page and like kitchen safety, but then they talk about like older Five Nights at Freddy's, because I do know that there is the Steel Wool team made 2 VR games that were like, oh, we're making fun of the fact that we hired an indie dev to make games about the atrocities that happened at the Pizzaplex back in the day. But I feel like this doesn't really understand that, and they're trying their best. And it also doesn't make sense.
It's got really different font for each recipe too as you're flipping through it. I'm like, some of it is the same, like the Foxy's quick and easy barbecue sauce and pulled pork. I guess it's
like, why is Foxy about pork? Answer me that, Batman. Like,
pulled pork? Maybe because of the hook.
Because of the hook? I don't know. Chica for chicken I get, but it's all like Indian food.
That's also...
Which is strange. They add fun characters that are like smaller, like Mr. Hippo over here. I don't know if you can see that. But he's like crispy fish bites because he's a hippo, or like Bonnie's all about burgers, I guess.
Alliteration?
I don't know. I don't understand it. I think you'd be better off just making your own recipes based on what you could find at the Pizzaplex in the game than what you get here, because you get kind of unflavorful stuff that you need to work on.
Missing some flavor. Also, it asks for butter, but it doesn't tell me if it was salted or unsalted, so I used unsalted. Which is what you normally do unless they tell you to do salted. But because you also end up putting salt in the recipe anyways, so I'm gonna say unsalted. But again, there's not a lot of flavor.
What would you give this one?
Because we tried 4 recipes. The pizza was decent. So the pizza except for we ended up making the sauce a little different. So I probably would have given that a 6. This is awful. I tasted, like, the chocolate sauce is decent, but again, I had to add twice the amount of chocolate in there. There says, like, the pancake says, like, no flavor, and there you cook blueberries in butter, and then you mix it with the pancake mix. But if I don't put a bunch of butter and maple syrup on it, there's like you can barely taste the blueberries, and I mean that's some good blueberries that I had.
That is pretty good blueberries. It was not bad, but it tastes like absolutely nothing.
And then this is
already separating.
It's separating again. There's all the seeds. It's so dark. So that was a 6. This is a 2, maybe just for the chocolate sauce.
Chocolate sauce is pretty good.
I don't think I'm gonna eat the actual twist though. Like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this chocolate sauce. The pancakes, maybe a 3. When I put jam on it, it tastes a lot better. But again, and then this. Yeah. I don't even know what I would give
I don't even know what I would give that. It's just like it tastes like just raspberries blended together. Even though you added more stuff, which is crazy.
Lemon juice, honey, can't even tell.
Water. This wasn't a good start to our cookbook book club.
No, but
I'm
in another cookbook book club non-video game, and that book club gives me a little bit of hope for what we may see in the future. And we've made some of the recipes in some of the other books that we've done already, so we know that they're good. So hopefully the next one.
Yeah, this one I wouldn't recommend it. Disappointing.
I don't think I even want to make more recipes from it to be like, well, maybe.
Nope, I think I'm done. Sorry, Five Nights at Freddy's official cookbook. Could be better.
Officially.
Well, I guess thanks for watching us, though.
Yeah.
So, I guess we'll see you next time.
Yeah.
So, bye-bye.